recording, I'm streaming, and YouTube says, hey, we're here, except it's black. Oop, there's my logo. Check yours. Yay, we're here.
Still
spinning and thinking about it?
Still spinning and thinking about it on mine.
But there it goes. Yep. Yay, we're live.
There we go.
Even sent out a tweet. I just got your tweet.
Yeah, and what is it? 6:13.
Sorry, folks. My fault. I was waiting for coffee.
6:13 is pretty good.
That's not bad. Usually it's 6:30, 6:45.
Yeah.
We're getting better at this. Of course, we were just sitting around shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Really, I was playing a video game.
Yeah, I was reading email.
You're reading email. Floating on Facebook. So where are we? Today is February 12th. Really? What happened?
I know, hey?
Good grief.
It's 12th of February.
2 days before Valentine's Day, right?
2 days before Valentine's Day.
Yay.
And today is also the death day anniversary of my daughter Leslie, who was stillborn. And we remember her every year.
Yeah.
At this time. And she'd be 30 years old.
Wow.
Imagine, eh?
You know, like I said this morning, do you feel old? And then you reminded me your daughters are 39.
Yeah, my oldest children are 39, and my youngest child is 28 this year.
Wow.
She would have been
30, right in the middle.
Right in the middle there, yeah, at 30. And every year I spend time wondering what she'd be like, and you don't. I don't know. I've seen other people posting about loss of a child. Loss of a child is really hard, and even though she was stillborn, and I never got to hear her voice or see her run around and do anything, or there was no real life experience there. You wonder, because I know what the other kids were like at various ages, and you'd look and you'd say, oh, I wonder what Leslie would have been doing with this. And it's still clear in my mind. 30 years later, all the events around that, it's still clear, and you still remember everything about it. And this was I lost her, and there was 8 other stillbirths and miscarriages that I could find on the same couple days.
Coincidence?
In that February, yeah, the same 3 or 4 days over that February, beginning of the second week of February, there was all in that same area, and there had been a monsoon of rain or something several weeks before, and the sewers had flooded into the water thing, and there was an issue there they all backed up into the water supply, and they suspected that, like when they did the autopsy on her, they said it was a bee strep, and that it was common you find in your body anyways, but there was a lot, and wondered if it was from the fecal matter in the water backing up into the water supply.
Ew.
But that there was 8 that I could find in a fairly small town makes you wonder.
Oh yeah, it does.
And so you wonder if I generally would have preferred to have filtered water and so on. If I had done that, would I still have this child? Would that and you spend your time thinking, what fan blowing hair in my mouth.
I was gonna say you might want to turn a fan off then.
What you could have done, and the what ifs and the what ifs and what if and what if not, what if and you can make yourself crazy. So I try to be I'm glad I have the children that survived, to survive my parenting or survive life to be adults. That's wonderful, and we remember Leslie at this time of year, and see, I'm getting all teary-eyed. Like, it is that close to the surface, the grief. You don't ever.
No, you're never gonna forget.
You never forget. And it's my experience of grieving and remembering my child may not be everybody's. And it's the same with my grieving for my parents and friends and whatever who have passed away is not the same as everyone's. Everyone grieves differently. So anyways, this is in remembrance of Leslie, to Leslie, with love from your siblings and your mom.
Unrelated. I was wrong.
What?
We can't hear the fan.
Oh, okay. Just 1 second.
Here, I'll do this. There you go. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I noticed when I muted my mic, I could, yeah, that's what that noise was.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Because life goes on.
Yep.
And I don't want to press people too much.
Yeah, they all needed to know, though. My headphones sound really weird. Hang on.
Well, and there's probably some people out there who are going through similar things that need to know that we all struggle.
There. I don't need to hear myself.
There we go.
You still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I didn't turn the microphone off. I just turned my mic monitor off.
Right. So that's the top of the day. It's that anniversary. And then I was going to talk about Valentine's and that stuff. Do you want me to do that now, or did you have something you want?
No, nothing pressing. Nothing pressing.
Nothing pressing. Okay, so from a polyamorous perspective, which is what we're what we try to bring into things. I found an article, relationships expert talks about tips on navigating polyamory on Valentine's Day. And there's a lot of people that just really hate the idea of Valentine's because it is so monogamous. It's your soulmate. And I think that we put way too much pressure on people to have an excellent experience on Valentine's Day, much less as we do around New Year's Eve. It's the one day of the year you have to be with your special person, and it's all about midnight. And no. And when you're in a polyamorous relationship, you probably have 2 or 3 people that you would kind of like to spend a special date with, and it doesn't have. I mean, take them all out. Take them all out someplace. We have a group date going on here right on Valentine's Day, and we're calling it the Veto Valentines. There's no soulmate. There's no soulmate. There's people that I care about, and we're all going out together, and we'll sit. And I mean, we sit. We go at the show all the time, and I sit in the middle, and there's one of my partners on either side of me, and we hold hands, and people give us looks.
Not so much lately.
Yeah, although less lately. I remember a couple of times where we went out to have dinner in a restaurant, and we're sitting, and I was holding hands with both of you, and the waiter came up and was like, "Whoa,
what the hell's going on here?"
Yeah, what is with this chick holding hands with both guys? What's going on? So you can suggestions are to remember your to planning and communicating is huge. It's always huge with polyamory, to plan and see what people do. Maybe everyone just wants to stay home and Netflix, or
not Netflix anymore.
Not Netflix.
Yeah, that's another story for later.
Or maybe everyone wants to go out, or maybe we want to just do all that, make the whole week a big celebration, but it's all about planning, then communicating and figuring out what people, if they want to celebrate that at all, and how that works best for them. Some people are more extroverted, want to do things, and other people don't. But to remember, whatever you do, if it's, you can have a date with somebody else outside of our little group, which happens, like we can do that, go date with somebody. So you want to have a date with, remember your rule book, remember the agreements you have with your in your polycule. There's a rule book. the what things can occur without permissions, or without acceptance, or without knowledge, mostly knowledge, but without consent. And you have to remember, you have to have consent, and you have to have, communicate, oh, I'm going to go out on Tuesday night with this new partner, because you guys are like, want to sit home and watch the tube. And so I'm going to go out. And that's, is that, oh, well, that's okay. Yeah, it's good with us. We're going to have a good time. Okay. Remember, is if you have safer sex things, if you get into a situation where you should be using a condom and your agreement with your other partners is that everyone uses condoms with people outside the group, you better be using the condom. Don't break any of those those rules. That's what we talk about, rule books. Any of those agreements. And don't put too much pressure on it. It's one day of the year, and appreciation can be anytime,
Exactly.
year round, and it should be. There should be date nights all through the year. And appreciation isn't date dependent, so you could still say, I love my Valentine. Here's your favorite chocolates snuck in there, or let's have our favorite dinner.
Like chocolate.
You like Ferrero Rocher.
Yes. Yeah, they're my weakness.
Yeah, so you can, do things other than dates to express.
It doesn't have to be a date.
If you want to get into the Valentine thing. But you don't need to have the pressure of it, because there's all days. But make sure that you remember all the people in your love list.
Yep.
So I did. Oh my goodness! I just remembered.
Uh-oh.
I have some Valentine's gifts for the people that live in my house. I have them hidden away. I just remembered. That's the thing. It's I buy ahead of time and then I forget that I've got them, and
then you go buy something again. Go wait.
And then I'm going, oh, I forgot to get. No, wait a minute. No, there is. Yeah, I even got cards this year. I'm on it. But I did. I do my nanograms and antigrams, and I did Valentine's themes ones. This that just went out a couple days ago, so they'll get them. That went out Thursday, so they'll get them. They should get them in time. And they have little Valentine's cards and just some candy and that kind of stuff, just so they know that Nana loves them and Auntie Zoe loves them, and that's important. Sometimes I send cards, even just year round, but sometimes I'll send Valentine's just because the Valentine's cards are like everywhere. And
yeah,
it's
you can't avoid them.
And sometimes they have nice messages, and I'll send those out to people that are just someone I'm thinking about, that's having a rough time, or
yeah, you don't have to have Valentine's for that. You can do whatever.
Yeah, so the whole St. Valentine's thing was he was in prison, and he would send out messages to his followers to let them know that he still loved them,
and he was still alive,
and that kind of stuff. And it's not a soulmate. It's not a soulmate thing. We've commercialized it to be, but
for sure.
It's not a soulmate thing. And call somebody that you've been thinking about and say, hey, how's it going? Send them an email, send them an e-card. Throw something in the mail. Hey, there's an old thing. Hey, write a letter and put it in the mailbox and mail it with a stamp.
What's a letter?
Yeah, those things happen. So do those things, or Facebook somebody and say, hey, I was thinking about you, and happy Valentine's, or just happy February. I was thinking about you.
Whatever they celebrate. If they don't, just say hi.
Yeah. So hi. These things that we say, oh, this is how we work polyamory. Really, any relationship of any kind could deal with all that. So to communicate how you feel about someone, or communicate that you're thinking about them, you don't have to get all kissy face about it, right?
You can do that too.
But yeah, kissy face is good. I like kissy face.
Sorry, I threw you off.
But you have to plan. I'm not very good about the thing I do the worst is I'll get something like that and think, oh yeah, I got this card, and stick it in my purse and forget to mail it. and it's like
you're going through your purse looking for something else and go, wait
it's like,
a minute.
So 3-4 weeks later, the thing is still in my purse. So plan and remember. All right, that's me. That's what I had going for today. The only thing the Netflix thing. Oh,
You want to jump all over that?
so I go on to my Netflix, thinking,
I can add to this conversation too.
what's the deal with this? And I get this notice. Oh, by the way, you have to select your primary location, and everyone else is toast. And in your but in the fine print is if you all the devices in your house can be logged into this because they're coming from the same IP address. But if you say don't, like I have an iPad and a computer and a phone, and they all have Netflix on them, really, because depending on where I am, and if I don't use my iPad for 30 days, it's gonna punt it, and I won't be able to get onto Netflix with my iPad. That sucks. Among other things,
there's more to
that sucks.
Too.
But anyway, I go to put on my I said that I'll leave it. Okay, fine, I'll do it. So I go to put in my primary location, and it says, oh, we're going to text you this message of how to do it. And okay, so they text me the message, and the message said that I am living in Nanaimo or near Nanaimo, and that's my primary location. Click here for yes, that's it, and away we go. Well, I don't live anywhere near Nanaimo. That's good. What, hour and a half, 2 hour drive?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? And it's because we use Shaw, and the Shaw IP address is in Nanaimo.
Mm-hmm.
So they think that my house is in Nanaimo.
But your phone and your iPad and any other device
are here. Yeah.
It's because of the way Shaw does their TV. Your TV is basically IP based, just to get somewhat geekish on you here. So it registers, it has its own internet connection, your TV does now, at least the new ones, the Shaw Blue Curve and all that. But it runs the block of IP addresses, in this case, from Nanaimo.
Yeah. So I have a smart TV, and it runs. So it thinks the TV's in Nanaimo.
Well, thinks the box is in Nanaimo.
And the box is in Nanaimo, and I'm here. So that means that if I go, yeah, that's fine. My TV will still work, but my phone and my iPad and anything else in the house is not going to work.
To add a little caveat to that, this whole password thing is only in 5 countries, and we're one of them.
Really?
They haven't gone after the U.S. yet. And you know who's raising the biggest stink? Us polite little Canadians are raising a huge stink.
Well,
their stock is just tanking.
Tracking us by IP address is illegal, isn't it?
It's illegal in Canada, yep.
Unless it's a business-to-business thing.
Mm-hmm. Shaw hasn't said a word.
Shaw needs to get off their butt.
Well, see, right now, their problem is they're about to get taken over. The takeover is about to go through, and they don't want to jump on anything because it could get erased as soon as they do it. So they're waiting for Rogers to complete the takeover.
I see.
But by the time that's done, it could be too. There is people canceling their Netflix in droves.
Yeah.
And then it's actually hurting the bottom line for them. Big time. It's all over TikTok. So anyone where you see the TikTok about it or your YouTube short or whichever your content is, they're coming from Canada right now, except for the news reports from the U.S. about us polite people in Canada that are pissed.
Yeah, don't mess with my Netflix, man.
You know what's funny? If you go back 5 years, the Valentine's Day tweet from Netflix
was to share your password.
Was love is sharing your password.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now, to help that along, Disney Plus has come out with, yeah, sure, go ahead. We encourage it. So what's going to happen is more people is going to start going over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can share outside of your household with them, with Netflix, but it's going to cost you $12.99 extra. Or something like that. I haven't heard the exact cost yet. They said they'll come out with that later.
Well, it's already $23.
Ours is because we have the HD version.
Yeah. That's
That's because I'm a snob and want HD.
So I think, so I went to look to see what was on there that was worth watching.
You guys sat and watched.
and I actually found Lockwood and Company, which is kind of like a Ghostbusters.
It was kind of good when I did watch of it.
Thing, Ghostbusters and
when I did
some other show.
When I did come up for air.
Yeah, and then we watched Onion. Glass Onion.
Never heard of it.
Glass Onion, which was a movie, and it's hysterical. It's really funny. That was so I'm watching until they, and it says that if you don't pick a primary location, they'll pick one for you. And so I responded to the text and said, "Hey, I don't live in Nanaimo. I live in Victoria. What's going on here?"
They wouldn't answer.
And they probably won't answer, but
no, because it's a bot text. But you could wait for a couple of hours and talk to customer service.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
No,
So I thought, well, I'll just wait. And when they put it through and it shuts me down and I can't get in and like that stuff,
like,
I'll just cancel my account.
Yep.
Sorry, this is.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I'm trying to figure what that noise is.
Yeah, I don't mind to pay extra for people to
Not that much.
But when you said that we could share,
now you've changed your mind.
Now you've changed your mind.
You realize how much people are sharing and how much money they're losing out on.
Yeah, when I was back 5 years, it was $9.99 or something I was paying. Mm-hmm. Now it's $23, and I can't share. Like,
that's my fault.
Well, even still, the basic is 16 or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, the prices. I mean, what do we got in the house? We got Netflix, we got Disney Plus, we got Prime.
Yeah, I can watch something else.
Right?
And I can get Crave through Shaw anyways.
Yeah, goodness knows we pay through the nose for that.
No, and I have membership with Gem too on my computer here.
And you can add that to the TV now.
Can you?
Yeah. There's a few others.
I have it up here so that I can watch my
come out here and pout
corner thing while I'm doing data entry or something.
What's TV? What is TV? I haven't watched TV in about a week.
TV?
No. Why? Because I've been sitting in this chair.
Oh yeah, you've been playing your game. So what game are you playing now, Mr. Hyperlynx?
As I said last week, I finally got. Once I was able to download it, Hogwarts Legacy. I got to be a wizard.
It sounds like fun. In the few clips I've seen,
we were watching it there earlier because I was feeding it over to your screen.
Yeah. It looks it's like almost like watching one of the movies.
No spoilers, because that was the ending.
Oh, it's almost like watching one of the movies, though. It was the
yeah.
Graphics are pretty good.
I've got mine tuned down a little bit. I don't want to see high fidelity bugs, spiders. Ew, creepy. It has spiders. But it's not without its shall we say, controversies. I've gotten a few ugly comments on my shorts. That did not come out the way I intended. I gotta fix something here. My graphic's too big. I have a big pointy thing stuck into my head. There we go. Yeah, it was not without its. Oh, you know what? Ew. I really should clean that table off. It's dirty.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah.
On the screen. Yeah, it's
I just see shadows. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's not without its controversies, as people who are watching probably are aware. It's had some. What's the word I want to say here? Negative attention.
Yeah, because
go along with it.
Because people are associating it with J.K. Rowling and her
comments
and her opinions and comments.
And people have always said opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Yes.
But I know she doesn't benefit directly from the game at all. Yes, she created the books, and then people ran with it and created the lore that this game is based on. Now, some of the character names are familiar to those that watch and read. Actually, you're not so much watching. Reading the books would probably get you most of this information. You'd see names that were familiar to you.
It's like a prequel fan fiction.
It's like a prequel to a prequel fan fiction. We're talking late 1800s here.
Yeah.
Is the timeline.
Yeah, it reminds me of any other fan fiction that has the
it takes
sort of the
Star
lore
Wars
there, but it's not written it doesn't
by
sound the
by
same,
the
or
original, right?
or-
Like Star Wars is the same way.
yeah,
Star Trek, not as much Star Trek, but Star Wars for sure. It has that kind of following, and the following, and you know, like I said, I told you last night, or was it this morning, I had to ban a couple of people from my channel. If you want to watch it, you know, channel's over there, that way. But not now. After.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people aren't watching us right now. They watch the replay because guess what's on today?
The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But the game itself has been a lot of fun. I actually finished the main storyline just before we went on here.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying.
And now there's lots of side quests and everything, all kinds of other stuff to do. To do 100%, they say it's close to 140, 150 hours worth of content. And it's all up on my channel. All the main storylines are up there. I don't post all of it because I don't want to give it all away. You just, why play the game? You just sit and watch somebody else do it.
It reminds me a bit of WoW, but instead of using weapons, you're using your wand and spells.
And spells and yeah.
But you run everywhere and
you run everywhere. You fly. I have a broom.
yeah, you can get it. You earn yourself the right to use a mount, and yeah.
I have a hippogriff. I have a thestral. And I got this thing that looks like a giant ass goat with a beard.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the name of the thing, but it's just massive. And by the way, I am keeping an eye on your stream as well. I'm watching your chat just in case somebody says something. Or at least I was.
Well, I can see it too.
Are you still which oh there it goes. It's just my internet being stupid. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, I got this thing on my phone or my watch that says, "Hey, get up and go for a walk." Or I would sit here for hours playing it. But, you know, recording it, playing it, it takes up a lot of my time, your time. My OBS is on drugs here. There we go.
But the negative...
Lean forward. You're out of focus. There you go.
The negative backlash or whatever to this, it's just going to make people want to buy it and check it out.
Exactly.
You know,
the special edition version or whatever it's called is sold out. You can't buy one.
Yeah. And so then where I told you when we were getting ready to start here, that I found this one site that has Transwitch Games Bundle is a cool alternative to Hogwarts Legacy. And it has trans characters, and it has no transphobia, no anti-Semitism in it, apparently.
I still can't figure that one out.
Yeah, I don't know what that... But anyway,
well, they say it's the goblins.
And I mean, I can give you the...
We can add the URL if people want it.
It's koteku.com. I don't know anything about it. I just happened to see the...
It's just one of those things.
I just happened to see the ad for this, so I don't know what the content of that game is, but that's kind of it's like a 50 Shades of Grey, and you build yourself
don't watch watch them.
As the better version of 50.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What they're doing is they're trying to catch up, ride the train.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's it.
Sure.
That's pretty good marketing, actually.
And all they're really doing is driving more people to the game.
Sure.
You know?
Oh, what's this about? Oh, I'll check this out.
See that. Oh, and then they look at it and go, wow. Especially if you read the books. That's the one thing I said when I was playing the other day. That if you didn't read the books, or even watch the movies, this wouldn't make any sense to you. So it's really a niche kind of thing, I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like I say, the graphics are pretty good.
They're not bad. They're they're not way up there. They're not low down. They're basically ready to run on a potato. Yeah, that's a tech term, by the way, for those that really aren't sure what I said. In other words, you could plug a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse into a potato and it would run.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It does. It is. You know, there are times when you have to stop and go to YouTube and say, what? How do I do this?
Mm.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed playing a game this much in a long time. Speaking of games, I'm going to add something here. Something else I wanted to talk about today. if my chat window will get out of the way, that Microsoft is now being using Minecraft to teach kids about internet safety. I'm really not sure
Minecraft.
about internet safety.
And did they specify how that is?
It says the single player experience. Oh, they've made okay. They've made a version of it. And it's called Minecraft Education. Privacy Prodigy is the name of the piece. You check in and play with your child. You play with your child. You create a family group and group accounts for your family. Customize your settings using the family app. And then you play together. And you play it with other people, and it talks about trust and safety and who you should and who you shouldn't. And
That's pretty good.
it is, actually. That's taking full advantage of Microsoft's place in the gaming world.
Should
To be a leader.
be us grandparents playing
It
with
should. Yeah, well, no, if you can't play, you just ask your child. They'll show you how.
Yes.
Or ask the grandkids.
Yeah.
Like that show we were watching today, trying to get my computer to print. I couldn't get it for hours. My 10-year-old come over and did it. Did you not catch that in the show today?
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. Isn't that the way it is? How do you do this? Phone your grandchild. They usually know.
Yeah.
Oof. I gotta sit back here. I'm noticing the white lights are making me look like washed out. But that was something I wanted to bring up today. There's a few more things I want to rattle on about.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to listen.
Oh, I'm a captive audience, my
That's because I
dear.
have to move in order for you to get out.
Yes.
Well, you know the whole password leak from, Brain Dead. Forgot the name of the company that lost their passwords. Yeah, see, every time I switch back to this shot, you're leaning back, and
Yeah.
you're out of the focus ball.
Oh, that coffee's bitter. Ooh.
Timmy's. I think it's not, you have to find the right size cup. I forgot LastPass. That's what it was.
LastPass, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Microsoft, Apple, and Google are developing passkeys. So it's a small little USB device that plugs into your machine, and you need your phone as well, right? I think. Fingerprint, face scan, whatever, right? It uses that. This allows for, less human error, all this other stuff. But on the PC side, you need to have a USB device plugged into your computer.
Okay.
And without it, nothing works.
And
It's a little tiny thing. It's like the size of the little dongles for mice.
So then you take it out and no one can get your
and
passwords.
No one can get access to your passwords, whether you're online or not.
What if you forget to take it out?
That's fine. It's your problem then. And I'm not sure 100% how it works, and the article doesn't really go on to say how well they're using it.
Just wonder if you forget to pull it out, would you be able to be hacked or?
Well, see, that's the thing, because what the hackers have been doing to get around these things is they scan ports. Scan your USB ports, and if it detects it, it starts hacking at it.
Right, so you got to remember to take it out.
So you time it to your browser, right? So that when you close your browser, it says, "Hey, your key's still in." Or you can attach it to your phone or any other mobile device, so that it needs a fingerprint or your pretty face or whatever to unlock your PC. Now, I've got a couple of apps like that here that I have to type in a code that it gives me on my phone, and you got 30 seconds to enter it or it self-destructs and you got to get another one.
Right.
Which isn't so bad. It's a little annoying, two-factor authentication in its forms, but it's unfortunate that we have to do that.
I'm still of the opinion that the only person that can't get into my computer is me.
You should see the password I had for one email address. It was 48 characters long. It's a good thing we have a password program. And it was all random characters, which is actually bad because that's actually easier to brute force than words or even a sentence, because the random password generators can't deal with sentences.
Oh, so my way of pulling together a password is a good thing then.
It's a good thing, yeah.
So I usually
as long as it's
dream
not
up something.
a sentence that, you know, everybody uses. Words that everybody use.
No.
You want to know what else I got here?
What?
We're still chasing down balloons.
Oh yeah, I heard that today. Yeah.
There was another one today. Over the U.S. Midwest.
Yeah, it's the states that's shooting them down, right?
Well, it's NORAD. They belong to both countries. But hey, the F-22 is an ace now. It's got 5 balloons. People are just making so much fun of that. That is meme central. Well, what are we up to now? 5.
There's 5 now.
There's
I'd heard
5.
there was 4.
Yeah,
There's
5 with the one today.
Oh, cool. So I wonder. I mean, I can understand one.
But why would you send 4 more?
Well, how many weather balloons do we need to go out, and how many of them are accidentally off track?
Well,
Like,
they called it an unidentified object, so it's a UFO.
it's a UFO.
Over central Yukon Saturday was shot down by the F-22s.
Did Paul get out of it?
There's a reference most people won't get. Or E.T. And everybody's saying, well, why was it the U.S. fighters? Because they're closer. Because they came from Alaska. Why aren't our fighters doing anything? Because they're in Coal Lake. Bit farther away.
Well, and I suppose we don't randomly shoot things out of the air.
Although there should have been a couple of Hornets on alert in Comox, unless they don't do that anymore. Haven't looked. I've been up there in a while.
It's been a while since we've been up in Comox, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like going up there in the wintertime. You never know what you're going to run into. Or who you're going to run into.
Well, in all fairness, it's been a while since we've been pretty much anywhere because
our wonderful COVID problems.
You weren't allowed to go off the island. You weren't allowed to go out of your whatever health district thing for a while, and then the ferries are maybe not working today, maybe working tomorrow, and then you guys are working your shifts, and there's no you always work weekends. So, I mean, I'm pretty much available anytime lately. But what?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We won't bring that up here.
So because we were gonna go camping last year too, and
yeah, I gotta get that
summer.
set up too. We need to get some camping in. Need to find a dog crate for the dog because I'm not gonna take the dog to the washroom.
No.
I'm not sure they're allowed in there.
But as per my usual state of life, I have either the time to do something or the financial ability to do something.
Your wallet, the moths fly out of yours too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
it is the state of people's lives these days. Nobody has the money, but yet the sites are getting booked. Speaking of one more tech thing that I have today.
Yeah.
Microsoft again. Sound familiar? Google. You know the chat program, chat GPT we've been using occasionally to generate titles in this AI chat?
Yeah.
Well, now they've adopted it to work with Bing, and Google's doing the same thing with the Google search engine. Great. Bing is annoying enough. It doesn't need help.
So it's using Bing and Google as source for its information?
For its information, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's a little scary if you think about it, because a lot of the things on, well, not so much Google and Bing, but especially with the only problem is if Google pulls any information from Wikipedia, because that's not always
accurate.
Thank you. That was the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. If you do a search on something and it comes up on Google, it's 100% accurate anyway. No,
because it's SEO ranked.
Yeah.
And you can pay to move up that ranking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find that I've been doing fact checking on a novel that I'm wanting to publish, and I'm not sure that the information is valid. So you need to find 3 or 4 sources that agree with the same thing. And
when I was taking broadcast television, it was always 3 sources to any story.
Yeah.
You didn't go in a single source. It wasn't just not. That's what I'm looking for. Not valid story without at least three sources. Just because. And even then, sometimes you got three sources and they're all different.
Yeah, that's happened too.
Mm-hmm. So
Spelling is one letter out or something.
Who's the right source? What's real?
Yes.
You know, it's like the piece from Cops that I use in my work. There's this guy's story, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. Maybe
not.
Usually.
Maybe not. Sometimes everyone's on
between
track.
the two people, you can sort of figure it out.
And then they tell you too that if there's a car accident here on the corner and you interview 7 people standing around in the vicinity, you'll get 7 different descriptions of who was there and what happened.
Everybody sees things differently.
Yeah, and they remember things differently. Your memory will.
Sometimes you don't always get the right information the first day. Right?
Or retain that information.
Or it comes back 24 hours later.
It has to screen through your own personal trauma too.
Because you just witnessed an accident. Well, that's like in my line of work. I always say, wait 24 hours to write the report on any serious incident. Sit, think about it, run through it several thousand times.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're better off making notes right at the time.
Well, you make notes, but don't put your full report in until you've had a chance to look at your notes and go, if you make notes. This is why I love traffic cams. Or things like that. Webcams. Hey, none of that.
Oh, that's the lights. It makes me
bad. That's not bad. 40 minutes in.
Yep.
Hey, sponsors.
Oh.
I know. I said I was going to do the affiliate links, and I can't find my Razor one. I can't get in.
Oh.
I'm going to email them Monday because, like most companies, they don't work weekends.
What other sponsor did you have?
I have my Nerd or Die. It's like 15% off their wonderful themes, which we're not using. I made this myself.
Yeah, but you use Nerd or Die on your
Twitch streams.
Other streams, yeah.
Occasionally, got a few in the can for doing some YouTube live streaming, which I haven't done in a while, other than this. I might spend a day next week just playing games. Pick a game, play it. Stop, talk, pick another game, play it. Not nailing myself down to one game. So they're sort of a sponsor, I guess.
Yep, sponsor of yours, yeah. Philadelphia Publishing is a sponsor of this and my YouTube channel. And
podcast.
We've got the and my podcast as well. Yeah. So we're
I think as we're getting into spring, and we should start booking guests.
Yeah, probably. So the Philadelphia Publishing is their 20th anniversary this year, and what did I just do? Weird. It's 20th anniversary this year, and they're going to do. They're accepting manuscripts of full-length manuscripts, and then also short stories, 3,000 words max. Short stories, poetry, 40-word max, and can also be an essay, 3,000 words. So it can be nonfiction, fiction, any genre of anything, like whatever. Just throw it in the door there, and you'll.
Can I add something?
Be reviewed. So if you go to philadelphbooks.com, on the main page there's a link to accepting submissions. What did you want to say?
They have to be written by you.
Yes, no AI. I don't want any AI.
No AI chat bot related stories.
Although
I'm not sure how we're going to tell.
Although we have seen them. So when I was on Twitch, I was getting submissions of people who I'm pretty sure those were AI written.
Yeah.
Short stories. Yeah, and they were some rather entertaining ones.
Yes. I still have them, eh?
Yes.
I got all of them saved in a text file.
Yeah, and I would read them on Twitch, and so I'm going to bring that back on my Twitch channel, Writers Open Mic, and I'm going to do some gaming was hoping to start in March doing both of those things. And then I will be interviewing for my podcast, Don't Say Maybe. I'll be interviewing some people for that as well. So lots of things coming
we got
this
some
year.
Stuff line up, especially on Philidus YouTube channel. We found ourselves a host.
Yes, we're looking to get all excited with a local author, Ron Kearse, who's going to be doing some readings and interviewing some other people who will do some readings, and that'll be on the Philidus
Books.
Is it Philidus Books or
It
Philidus
is.
Publishing? Anyway,
You know it?
Philidus Books
It is Philidus Books.
YouTube channel. Yeah.
We'll
Get
we'll
those.
post out a tweet from
Get-
Philidus Twitter account that
Yeah,
show's going live. We need to start booking some stuff. And
sure. Yeah, so there's all kinds of things.
now that
If
I
you
some
have
extra time,
any suggestions for stuff that we should be doing,
drop us a note.
drop us a note.
Emails in the show notes.
Yeah, it's just nice to hang out and
Well,
chit chat.
That's what. Let me change this back here.
Chit chat.
That's what this is all about. Sit and chit chat. I mean, I got my chair in rock mode. And,
Fireside.
Yep.
A little fireplace going here.
well, if it didn't blow up the house, we'd do a live stream downstairs in front of the fireplace, but it would pop the breakers.
I have a really stupidly wired house.
You ain't seen
It
nothing
can't run the toaster and the coffee
coffee pot
maker
at the same time.
at the same time. I
or
can't
the
run.
toaster or the coffee maker and the microwave,
Yeah, and I can't run any of those things and the stove.
or the one night we had the stove, the washer, and the dryer going. Guess what? It pops the whole house.
It popped the whole house.
At
Yeah.
least the toaster and the microwave only pop the kitchen.
Yeah, and the one, then so I have this gas fireplace thing that the TV sits on, and you got the fireplace kind of like this, but
Bigger.
much bigger, and it
Pops the whole house.
pops. Yeah, you can't run anything.
This is why I have UPSs on all the gear up here, because
Yeah,
and
so
then this room up here is wired funny,
I-
because I can't run everything that's here that you can't see, but it runs all this
yeah,
on two plugs, two separate cords. I got one coming from Papa's room there, and this place is just wired together over top of the roof and just really badly wired.
yeah, it's very, very strangely wired. But the one time that I thought, oh, I'm gonna run the fireplace and try it out, I made sure that I shut everything off. I don't know what the heck was on, but it I think it was maybe your computer was on upstairs
Well, you
here.
have all this stuff running, the network switches, and
Yeah, I think your
the
computer, because my
DVRs.
computer wasn't on, so I think yours was, maybe. And I didn't realize that it would matter because it's on a different circuit, for Pete's sakes.
yeah, but it draws too much amperage for the entire house.
Yeah,
We're on
just
that, we need to be on a 40 or 60 amp circuit.
we had that problem with the air conditioner too. You couldn't run it.
Yeah, I'd realized that those air conditioners are wrong for this house. We should have had the in-window ones, which use a whole lot less power.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
gotta everything.
I like these fans though.
It's a pain in the ass. We need to move, but
Yeah.
then again, where's that going to be? Because everything, the rents are just so expensive,
ridiculous.
and
People have they're mortgaged up the wazoo.
yeah.
And so if they want to
and-
rent out a house, now you're paying their mortgage.
well, there's that. But even if you want to buy someplace,
Oh, it's
holy
ridiculous, too.
crap!
$1 million
Watch those-
gets you a shack in the middle of the field.
Watch those shows on TV where they're like the Property Brothers, and they
Yeah.
go and they buy a house in some little town in Georgia or something, and it's $200,000
And
for
here,
this
that's a
big,
couple of million.
massive house.
Yeah.
You go, oh man, I live in the wrong place.
We most certainly do. Well, no, you got to remember too that sometimes those shows are a few years old. But
Well, true, but still,
then you got the U.S. to Canadian conversion, but still the prices are just like, where did they find these places?
yeah,
I mean, are we not talking to the right people? Say, hey, find us a house for under $500,000 that we can actually live in
yeah.
with this, and this. We should hire them.
Mind you, we could say that it's just more expensive to live in a wonderfully beautiful place, but
Yeah, we could say that. Nobody believe you, but you could say that.
yeah.
What
If
else
it
you got?
if it makes you feel better, believe that.
What else you got over there on your side of the planet?
My side of the planet.
Yeah. PlayStation VR 2 headset just released.
Oh yeah.
It's for working with the PS5. Apparently, the old PlayStation VR headset won't work with the PS5.
So the VR headset that I have you want me to use on Among Us?
Yeah.
I should crack that open next week and play.
Have some fun. Yeah, we can't stream that though.
Yeah, the only thing I've used it for is Beat Saber.
And Google.
And Google
Maps.
Google Maps, yeah. That's awesome in Google Maps.
I got some video of your girls playing it where they're actually standing looking at the wall. When they lift the headset, they go, oh, there's a wall. Well, because of the way the headset is, you lose all concept of spatial reality.
Yes, you don't know where the heck you are in the room.
No, I've got mine set up so that there's walls, so that if you get too close to the digital screen kind of thing,
yes,
it starts beeping at you. It says, hey, you're going to hit something. Or it's something like in our case, the dog walks into the room. It'll stop it and say, hey, the dog's here.
Yeah, don't step on the dog.
Yeah, don't step on the dog. It's hard not to do. She's always under our feet. Actually, up here, she's not. She's downstairs watching TV.
Is she?
Yep.
She's on a let me eat everything I could find that you didn't see me grab.
Yep.
Thing lately.
Yeah, all about that.
Chewing everything. There'd be
sorry,
balls of fluff everywhere, and
yeah, including in her
in her poop.
In her poop.
Fluff.
Just fluffy poop.
Well, I guess it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. Well, at least it's fluff and not something hard.
So she's chewed through most of her toys. She still has that big ball of rope.
Yeah, she can't chew that. She started to though. The top curve of the rope has a little bit of a pull on it, but the knot itself, nope.
No, I pulled that a little bit of it out of there for her so I could
put it around her neck.
Yeah, hanging around her neck.
Looks like a big giant white bell around her neck.
Then she tries to chew it.
I just realized looking at my camera shot that my lens is kind of distorted. It looks like the shelving unit that's behind your head, the green one,
yeah,
is bent.
Yeah, it looks like it's sort
not
of on the.
It looks like it's leaning.
Yeah, well,
that might be the camera's crooked.
It might be, or it might be that the floor in this place is crooked.
That would not surprise me. You walk around here and the place shakes.
Yeah.
But overall, the week's been good with a few minor hiccups.
And the weather's been really super nice. It's been.
It rains at night and stops.
Yeah, but it's nice during the day.
Yeah.
And we live right on the Gorge Waterway, and it's beautiful. And although I've seen the geese are calling union meetings again. And
not as bad as that one year. Oh, since they've done the roof.
It's better, yeah.
There we go.
Jason says when he was out walking the dog that there's like birds flipping around. He says obviously mating season. They're all flying around, and
or they think it is.
Yeah, and
Oops,
the dogs. What's that? What's going on? What's happening?
Excuse me. Well, she's still young, right?
Yeah.
So she's not really sure what she's looking at.
There was a hummingbird that came up and kind of had a chat with her right in her face, and she didn't quite know what to do with that. I expect I'd have difficulty with that too.
Yeah.
What's your problem, chick? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's still young, right? So she's going to have issues with. That's what I'm looking for. Other things.
Well, yeah, like her watching that show that had all the horses. We were watching a TV show, a movie, and there was a lot of a whole bunch of horses, and she's going, "What is that?"
She's not sure what it was. She's looking at it and going, "What is that?"
She's never seen horses in real life.
No, she's not old enough. She was here, 4 months? She was born in December. When did we get her? June.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, the only time I've seen horses is when I went out for Will's birthday party last year.
Yeah.
And
birthday party. That was the one I didn't go to.
So we went horseback riding.
Yeah.
Well, the kids did. I didn't get a horse. But there was like
I'll go horseback
tons of
riding.
horses. But I wouldn't have taken her anyway. She'd lost her mind.
Yeah, no kidding. Eh?
She's not good at traveling in the car anyways.
No, we're going to have to get gravel.
Yes, because if we go camping and she and I are stuck in the back, and I'm not having her puking all over me, so.
Yeah, because they won't be able to put a bed in the back for her.
Well, seriously, if you're not putting a bed in the back for me, I'm pretty sure you're not putting one in the back for her.
There's no room. And you know how he packs.
Yeah.
For the three of us, we take enough camping gear for 6.
Yes.
Because you never know when you're going to need it.
Well, it's some of us like to glamp and need all our extra
Goodies.
details, you know.
That'd be you, right?
That would be me.
It's not makeup in the back, so we're all good. No?
Not makeup? No, I don't take that's not that kind of glamping.
Not that kind of glamping?
No, it's the little
I would love to
rubber
have
floors and stuff.
a motorhome with like 4 bedrooms and big TV, and then you might as well just stay home, right?
I think Jeremy's is like that.
Well, we would need soundproof walls in order to get any sleep.
Mm.
Guilty as charged. I snore too. No comment?
No, I snore too, but not really.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to say it. Can't hear you downstairs.
That's true. Some of us are quite louder than others.
The dog snores.
The dog snores
But you
too.
have to be really close to the dog to hear her snore.
Not always. You can hear her sometimes.
She grunts. She barks in her sleep, which is kind of funny.
She barks and runs in her sleep. Yeah.
Which is very dangerous with those sharp claws.
Yeah.
Especially that extra dew claw. There's no control over that thing. It's starting to curl around, eh? I gotta book her in, but unfortunately we've lost our other groomer. You only have one at the place where we get her done, and she's booked up till March. Which I guess is only 2 weeks away anyway, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
We should book her soon.
Need to book her in too.
Hey, none of that. Use the mute button.
She's going to see the vet too.
Yeah, I gotta get her in soon. Gotta put that vet insurance to good use. Jeez. Yeah. But I wouldn't do it without it. Really. Because anything comes up, right?
Yeah, I think pet insurance these days is really important.
It's almost mandatory for pet ownership.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone vibrated. I need to put it somewhere where it's not going to flip off and flip me off. Oh, get a stitch. But you know what? I think it's time we wound her up. What do you think?
I think you may be right.
'Cause you know what? There's lasagna downstairs.
Oh, supper time.
Yep, supper time. Lasagna. Yum, yum.
Alrighty.
And by the time we get down there, the football game will be over. We actually watch some TV.
Well,
Watch some useful TV.
I don't mind football. And in fact, I wouldn't mind to see some of the commercials that they had during this. But
we don't get to see them till the day after.
yeah, the way things are
we get to watch Canadian commercials, even though you're watching an American feed. We watch the Canadian
commercials. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's how it's put out into the.
It's called cable substitution.
Yeah.
It substitutes Canadian commercials during the American commercial timeout, so that we're seeing Canadian products, not U.S. products. Sometimes the commercials align and we do get to see them, but for the most part, we don't get to see the really good ones because they're only products that are available in the U.S.
And yet, in the normal course of television, you will see stuff that is, they don't have that particular kind of store in your province or country.
Still, exactly.
And yet, here's the ad for
Here's
it.
the ad for it. You got it.
And the same with those drug ads.
Oh, they're annoying.
You see, they'll ask your doctor about such and so.
Ozempic.
It's not, well, that is, you can buy that in Canada, but
those ads are annoying.
But some of the other ones, there may well be FTA FDA approved, but they're not approved here in Canada. So,
yeah, Health Canada hasn't approved them, but the U.S. market has.
and have you noticed too? They say, you might get these side
The
effects.
side effects are worse than the damn disease you're trying to cure.
You listen to the side effects, you think, why would I voluntarily give myself something that would make me feel like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even though the thing it's trying to cure is annoying, I'm thinking, I don't know, the side effects
are worse than the effects of the
pretty bad too.
the illness or disease or whatever you're having now.
And there's one I heard today, I can't remember the name of the drug, but he said, I have all these side effects, and all severe side effects are not listed here.
Oh dear.
And I thought, you mean it could be worse?
Could be worse.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. All right, Sunshine, I think it's time to get off of here
Okay.
before I melt. I got the lights cranked up
Oh yeah.
on my side too.
I'm pretty comfortable here. There's could roast
Fireplace
some.
is keeping you warm.
I could roast some marshmallows here.
So next week we'll talk about. Are we early next week?
Yeah, we'll have to be early.
The 19th, yeah, because we're going to. Somebody wants us to go to his birthday dinner.
Yeah, somebody's having one of my kiddos is having a birthday next weekend.
So we should. Yeah, we'll probably. We're gonna try to go early, like 4 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
We'll tweet it out. We will. Honest. We'll try.
We will. And we'll have exciting things to talk about.
Oh, yes, because we will have all gone to the movie.
Oh, true. Yeah. We can talk about that.
Just don't talk about the movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
So, Netflix, Glass Onion, catch it. It was really funny. It was really good.
Cool.
And before Netflix cuts you out.
Yeah, before you have to get pissed off at it and give up on it.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll say goodbye.
Alrighty. Goodbye.
Bye. Don't forget to push the button on the way out the door.
Push my button on the way out the door. Which, this one here?
Yeah, the one that says end stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.
End stream. Okay. Okay, I'm out.